All right, guys, here we have a 1965 Chevrolet Bel Air. Brought you a quick clip of this the other day before it was detailed, and actually since then, AJ actually took and drove a mother and daughter for a wedding in this car for some very close friends of ours. Car runs out good. We've probably put 150, maybe 200 miles on it, and it is beautiful. We're going to take it for a ride, get down the street where we can get the sun on it. Unfortunately, it's parked in the one spot where the sun's not shining, and the paint on this car goes crazy. It just glistens. Very straight body, very clean restoration. And I think I mentioned it in the last video, but we've done a lot of videos since then. This car sold at Barrett-Jackson, and I believe out the door with fees and everything, it was about $70,000. What do we have it at, Christian? 50? 50. Yeah, pretty sure this one's online for $49.9. You can go on the website, it's there. We don't hide our prices like everybody else just to get you to call, because I don't really have time to talk to everybody, so that's why we do these videos. Not trying to be rude, but I try to catch all the calls, but in all sincereness, we try to do these videos so you guys can get straight from the horse's mouth, because, you know, Mike comes from the era of these cars. I don't. Christian wasn't even thought of 20 years later from when this car was made. So I've got a group of guys from super young to Mike super old, and everything in between. But I'm the one that gets in these cars. I'm the one that buys these cars. I'm the one that drives these cars. So I'm usually the one that's more familiar. So that is typically why I end up doing the videos. I try to get Christian, and he does a great job. Every vehicle, this is a reminder, a little plug, every vehicle has a video on Davis Auto Sales VA page. Every single one. He takes the time to go over there, wherever he goes, take pictures. Sometimes he gets kicked out, but he does do a video along with the pictures. Videos go a long ways. The thing I impress upon everybody is if we got a 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, however long the video is, you can stop at any point, zoom out, zoom in, do whatever you want to do. What he's been told to do is walk around it like you're a consumer. Walk around it like you're looking at the whole car. When a customer shows up to buy a car, one did earlier today, he literally did his little 360, he popped the trunk, he popped the hood, he opened the doors, he got in it, he took it for a test drive. So you should gather every piece of that information except for the test drive part, because he doesn't have 4 hands, so he can't do but so much. The paint, you can see a little bit there, but when we get in the sun, it's going to pop really good. So what Barrett-Jackson said about this car, they called it a resto mod. I argue with that a little bit, but you know, I guess it could be a resto mod. It's restored with updated modifications. It has newer driveline, it has newer front suspension, it has disc brakes, it has a lot of good upgrades to it. And the LS under the hood, which was an actual Corvette donor motor, even though LS has come in a lot of things. Couple simple gauges have been added to the interior. Other than that, the interior is completely freaking original. Oh, crap. Where did the keys go? It was just sitting here running. All right, cut, guys. We're going to find the keys. We're going to take you for a ride. All right, guys. The constant hunt for keys. 400 sets of keys. They're never where they're supposed to be. We found them. This car was literally sitting here running, ready for me to do a video an hour ago, so I guess they got tired of it running, took the keys out, and put them back on my desk. So let's go for a ride. All right, now that we found the keys, we can go for a ride. As soon as Christian jumps in here, he's trying to capture the sun on the paint here, which is pretty daggone amazing. Come on, let's go for a ride. These guys sometimes think we have all day, but they have all day. I typically don't. Now, a lot of guys confuse this car with an Impala or some of the other cars from this era. It is an actual Bel Air, which again is before my time, slightly. And it's still a big boat car, but the Impalas and the SSs of this era were very popular cars also. No noise inside. Oh, the window up. There's not a lot of wind noise when I drove this car. I was very shocked at how solid it is. This right here, some people might not like, you can remove it. You know, these gauges down here, some might not like it, you can remove it. Unfortunately, in this era though, you had a fuel gauge and you had nothing but warning lights. So if you actually want to monitor things, and those aren't even hooked up, so matter of fact, we're probably just gonna go ahead and take those out. They were probably for the small block or big block or whatever it previously had in it before the LS swap was done. Now, if you haven't watched this car, you haven't seen the other video, you haven't actually looked online at the website, which you should do, you'll see that this thing has the replacement control arms, and a lot of the upgraded suspension up front has been done. So it does drive and ride tremendously better than this car would have stock. Odometer works, fuel gauge works. The radio may work, but if you know AMs, they have to warm up. So we'll see if that warms up on our drive here. The door panels are in great shape, carpet's in great shape, dash is in great shape, seats are in great shape. And again, it's kind of meant to be original on the inside, similarly original on the outside, but super cool when you pop the hood and look underneath of it. We still got to get this car serviced and we got to get it inspected. Though if you buy it and you use it as a classic car, that's not 100% necessary. One for Virginia, I can speak for, you don't have to yearly inspect your cars as long as you register them as a classic. Some people like that. I'd prefer to have my car checked out once a year just to make sure I don't have a leaking brake line or something safe. So we take the time to make sure they are still all inspected, even if they are under that classic connotation. We're going to stop by up here, which is what we brought up in one of the other videos. Our local people that also planted palm trees the same time. Well, they planted them about 2 weeks after us. And I do get a little bit of kick out of it. Christian shaking his head over here about the competition of the palm trees on Route 1 here. But seeing is believing. Theirs did not fare so well. So I think I might try to stop in there one day and give them a little tips on palm trees. Which also reminds me, somebody's got to help me today to wrap ours up so they're not too cold. For the upcoming weather, we're about to get frost. So let's step out, let the sun hit this thing one time. I'll walk around so you can hear this thing idling. Now, anybody that's in the car world knows you can make an LS sound nasty. This one's very mild. I'd have to assume they actually probably just put a stock LS in here. It's super easy to modify them, put carburetors. You can put a carburetor, but it's super easy to modify them, put a camshaft, some upgraded exhaust, upgraded heads, and other things. But this one, it's got a nice little tone, but not overly crazy, which should also make it extremely dependable and extremely fuel efficient. The wheels and tires are a nice setup. Could you go bigger? Sure. Could you go lower profile? Sure. Could you go back to some old school tires and wheels? Absolutely. All in what you like as far as looks go, but this is a very clean, classic look right here. All the chrome and bright work's great. All the glass is great. The paint finish is great. I didn't notice any imperfections in the walking around I did. Just a really cool 1965 Chevrolet Bel Air, guys. Hopefully you enjoy it. If you've got any questions at all, reach out. You can send a message through our website. You can call us, 804-271-0030. You can also hit us on any of our social medias. Also, make sure you subscribe to our other channel. There's no overlapping content. Even though you might see a short video on this, you're not going to see the long video on this. But if you want to watch everything we have coming and going, Davis Auto Sales VA on YouTube, Davis Auto Sales on TikTok, Davis Auto Sales on Instagram, Davis Auto Sales on Facebook, Jeff Trucks Davis also on Facebook, but that page is full. That's one of our personal pages that Mike has. What else? What else we got? We got a Twitter, but I don't even know how we use it. That's about it. So there's the Bel Air. We're going to continue to go for a little quick drive. We got to run down the street. Good, dependable transportation classic right there.